everybody, welcome back. David Eon and the lovely Miss Lady Pop Hunter hiding behind the camera. How you doing? And we have the Mondo Man Thing. Mondo Man Thing in the box, and this is the black and white? Yeah, the black and white, the sketch version, if you will, for Mondo Tees. And they sell everything but t-shirts. Actually, they're mostly known for the posters.
Posters, they sell records and
That's
tiki
true.
cups.
Vinyl records and tiki cups. We'll go ahead and get started on this. And this is your second Man Thing.
Yeah.
And I believe there were, what, 5?
Yeah, it was 5 of them.
5 versions.
This one came out during the San Diego Comic-Con. The other one came out, it was an exclusive, but you went on the Mondo website to get it.
Yes.
And I don't know when the other ones came out. I really don't remember. But it was a long time ago. And that's the box. They use the same box and the same picture, which is fine.
Yeah, which is pretty decent artwork. I'll go ahead and get it out of the bag so you can see it without the glare. And it's got a picture of all 5 on the back, and then they just check the box for which one is actually in here. Which works.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
You don't need to make all those boxes. Anyone's going to want to charge you more.
Yeah, that's true. These are already expensive. So there's your box art, and that's a pretty fair rendition of what the figure actually looks like.
Yeah. Okay.
And then on the side here, we have some art photography of the standard edition. This is the regular version there. I like the syringe.
Yeah, he just got a lot of stuff stuck in him.
Stuck to him. And more art photography. It always looks good in the photo, though.
Yeah, we've talked about that
Yes.
many a times.
Yes, and then here's all 5 versions pictured on the back. The Devil's Kaiju, regular, psychedelic, Groman's Green, which is the artist who sculpted this.
Okay.
And then Pen and Ink, which is the one we have in the box. And I think you have the regular, don't you?
I have the regular.
Yeah. And the psychedelic was the one you were shooting for, but man, that sold out quick.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and get started taking this apart here. Giant size Man Thing. I don't think giant size quite cuts it, because this isn't terribly big.
No, and if you saw the review of the regular one, you saw how big it is, and it's really not that big. It seemed like it needed to be bigger, and if it was bigger, it would make more of an impact, more of a statement.
Yeah, because the claim is 6th scale, but it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, it felt pretty small. Smaller than it needed to be. It felt like it needed to be bigger. And that was one of the complaints that we had in the, when we reviewed the other. But, I mean, this one is going to be the exact same one, just a different color.
Yes.
But, so it's going to be all the same gripes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a nice color, actually.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. That black and gray. Because it's more of a gray than black and white.
And he's not very heavy either. And he's about, what was it, 14 inches tall?
Yeah.
Going to...
From foot to treetop.
Yes. Because you measure it to here, actually, when they're talking about the height. And do we have a measuring tape? So we see here that it's like 13.5 inches to the top of the little tree. And not that much, what is it, just a little over 12 to the top of the spine there.
Yeah. And it just feels like for the character, he should have been bigger. He should have been taller. The size, the width and all of that is fine. It just seems like he needed to be taller. But overall, I like the look of it. The things on this one, you can't really see the detail as much because it's black and white. On the other one, you can. But he has like mushrooms and skulls and a snake wrapped around him, a syringe in his arm. He's got a lot of stuff stuck to him.
And also, he's looking down, so unless he's set high, you can't see the facial details very well. And just for comparison, here is the Marvel Legends Man-Thing,
Yeah.
which has a lot heavier articulation. This is supposed to be like a 5 points articulation figure, and a problem that we ran into with the other Man-Thing is that none of the articulation works.
Yeah, it doesn't move at all. It's more of a statue.
Yeah.
And you know, again, if I don't mind that it is a statue because I don't pose, I don't, do all of that stuff. But if you say it's an action figure and it had 5 points of articulation, then I want to know that it moves.
Yeah.
So that one I felt was a drawback.
Yeah, and we'll test this one. Basically, it's jointed so tightly it barely moves. The articulation doesn't really work.
And we're not going to force it, know, because it's not that serious.
You don't want to tear because this is vinyl. You don't want to just tear the vinyl. But we'll move in here a little bit and give you some close-up look at the figure overall. Some more detailed. You can see the tree there, and this still jumps out at me because you look at the tree, and the tree is a separate piece that was basically plugged in, and you can see the seam there. And I could see the seam plainly on the other one as well as the openings for the shoulder joints where it's supposed to move up and down. The arms are supposed to move up and down. We'll see if these work. There's the other joint.
You can see the jointing in the legs.
Yeah.
You can see the seam in the legs, so that's at least 4 right there.
Yeah, and then the head is supposed to turn.
Yeah. But they don't move it in that picture.
But you can see
on the box.
that incredible detail in the sculpt there.
Yeah, look at the spine.
Very impressive.
And all of the veins and vines coming out.
All sorts of there's mushrooms. There's so much going on here to look at. So it is very well sculpted anyways as far as detail is concerned. And the black and white does help to pull that out even more. But in essence, this is really just an art piece, more so than an action figure. And I'll turn him up so that you can get a better look at the face also. And since we also have the regular version, we'll put them side by side here in a moment. And you can see the two of them together. See how far his head just kind of sticks out. Very interesting and underrated character from the Marvel Universe. He who knows fear burns at the touch of the Man-Thing, as they say. And I've got to turn him so that you can see his face. And then, of course, there's the snake, also with red eyes, and that's really the only coloring. Articulation again. The arm's moving. The arms are going up. The head is turning.
Ah, okay. I guess that one isn't as tight as the other.
Yeah, because the other one, the
Or that
the
leg
legs
now.
don't want to move though, and again, I don't want to force. I don't want to force them. That's interesting. So 3 of the 5 points are functioning. There's the syringe. You can barely see it with the black and white. But I'm surprised. You can almost kind of pose this one now. Well, you can't do much with him.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, he's not gonna bend down or nothing.
No.
He's not gonna jump.
Raise his arms up. Yeah, he's not going to be playing basketball anytime soon. He raises his arms up and he can't stand up anymore. The weight is too far off. One arm will have to suffice. So we'll go ahead and we'll pull out. At least they corrected that issue, whatever it was. Or if it's just that particular one that we had, that the arms were just stuck. But we'll pull the other one out and put them side by side. There we are. That is the regular and the black and white version side by side. Obviously, again, absolutely identical in the sculpting, but just colored very differently. The black and white, I think, is more eye-catching, but the colored version brings the details out better. And the colored one, it was the right arm works. The right arm goes up and down, but the head, the left arm, I don't think the head turned, right? Did we?
No, the head.
Yeah,
didn't
it's
turn.
stuck. So the left arm, the head, and the legs won't move. And that's Miss Kitty bumping into the camera. No, Miss Kitty, come on. So, impressions?
Like I said at the beginning, I like them, and I like both of them. I like the gray or the black and white, whatever you want to call it. I like that one because it is eye-catching. It gives you a different feel of watching it on a black and white TV. But the color one, you get all of the details. You can see the ribs and the spine. You can see more of the detail that's in it. Like I said again, I'm not one to pose a lot, but if you say this is an action figure with 5 points of articulation and that's what a person pays for, then it needs to do that.
Yeah.
Even if they don't ever want to move it. It should do what you said it should do. That's the only drawback. Well, that's one of the 2 drawbacks I had.
Okay.
The other one, again, I wish it was taller. I wish it was just a little bit bigger because it seems like for that character, he needs to be a bigger figure. And you can do 1/6 scale bigger. They've done it before.
Yes.
You know, if it's a big character, they make them bigger.
Yes.
That one, I think they lost something by scaling it down to this size.
Even though he's still hulking because his torso is so out of proportion.
Yeah.
But the Man-Thing traditionally would be a much larger creature.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he still looks imposing, hulking. He still looks big. And if you put him up to something else, 1/6 scale, he might tower. But he's going to be roughly the same size, height-wise.
Height-wise.
So I just wish he was probably 15, 16 inches. Just a little bit bigger, because then it would be like, oh, man. You know?
Because his back, I think, should be probably where the top of the tree is there.
Yeah, a little bit
at least.
taller.
Yeah, at least a couple inches there.
Yeah.
Critiquing it myself, again, I agree. I think it should be larger. I do have an issue with the articulation. At least the grayscale one was better articulated. So it had, more range of motion. 3 out of 5 rather than 1 out of 5, like with this one. Now I'll just turn these around really quick so you can take a look at the back. Let me get Legends out of the way there. So you get another look at how that jumps out. Again, the grayscale, it's more eye-catching. And I bet you the psychedelic one would really jump with the coloring detail as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you couldn't pull that one off, but that's okay. The other thing that bothers me is the seams, the deep open seams. Irritates me, where you can see the big gap in the shoulder.
Yeah.
In the shoulders, because it's just not cut in well, or even down here in the hip, you can see where it's cut in, and the line on the tree, to me, is almost unacceptable. I think they could have cast the mold with the tree directly attached. Maybe they were afraid of it breaking or getting otherwise bent or damaged, pulling it out of the mold. But that seam is so prominent to me in the front on the trees, and that bothers me with, like, especially statues.
He's a big seam man. If
Yeah.
you watch his other reviews, he always finds the seams.
Like that tweederhead Tordak drives me nuts with that big open neck seam and that big open wrist seam. And it's like, you pay that much for something, and these aren't cheap.
No.
You pay that much for something, you expect a lot more, I think.
Yeah.
But hey, guys, we'll throw it out there. Got our little Man Thing family, mama, baby, and daddy here. I guess. Little baby Man Thing. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Do you have any of these? Is this something you'd be interested in? Tell us what you think. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you're new. All that good stuff. See the little skulls there. And this is an example of what I'm talking about, how that skull just kind of jumps out in the mushrooms.
Yeah.
But then when you turn, that one, it blends in so much you can almost miss it.
Yeah, and you can't really see the mushrooms either.
Yeah, you can't tell what they are until you concentrate on it. It's like, oh, okay, that's what that is.
Yeah.
So let us know what your thoughts are. Did you get something out of the review? Is this a figure that you have or that you're interested in? Again, I hesitate to call them action figures. They're really more like art figurines, vinyl art figurines.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. And if that's it, then what more can we say? But thanks for watching. And we will see you again soon.